In this video, we'll be showcasing a unique feature of ContractKen known as precedent-based drafting. Let's say you're working with a client on a deal involving the purchase of shares of another company. You want to create the initial draft for the deal. First documents that you have at your disposal is a term sheet, which typically looks like this. It includes a variety of terms and clauses that outline the structure of the deal. This is only a representative term sheet, of course. The second document that lawyers usually work with is a precedent. For instance, here's a finalized share purchase agreement that you may have drafted previously for a very similar deal between two different parties. The goal is to apply all the terms from the term sheet to this precedent and get first draft of the share purchase agreement for the new deal. Let's briefly examine this precedent. It's a finalized agreement that's been negotiated and filed. It contains all the typical terms of the deal. So we'll start with a blank Word document. Open ContractKen. We're aiming to create a new draft. The first step prompts us to choose a precedent. The precedents that have already been uploaded don't match what we're looking for. They include employment agreements, supply agreements, leases, and so on. Therefore, we'll upload the precedent we want to use, which is the sample purchase agreement. The agreement is uploaded into ContractKen, and we proceed to Step 2. Step 2 involves adding instructions and any business context related to the deal for which we're drafting the agreement. There are two ways to provide instructions to modify this precedent and create the initial draft. We have the option to manually input the instructions in a text box or upload the term sheet. We'll opt for the Upload Term Sheet option, as we already have a spreadsheet containing the deal terms. After selecting the correct file, ContractKen ingests it, interprets the term sheet, creating a list of instructions for us, which can be edited in this text box. Let's return to the term sheet to review the terms. These are the party names, the transaction type, and the total commitment in dollar terms. All of this information has been converted into a set of editable instructions. At this point, we'll commence the drafting process. ContractKen will convert these instructions into a set of edits that can be applied either individually or all at once. These edits fall into three categories: updates to the precedent document, deletions from the document, and inserts. Essentially, it takes the instructions we provided via the term sheet and converts them into actionable edits to the precedent document, helping us create the first draft. This process usually takes about a minute for a large document. Once it's complete, we'll review the three types of edits and discuss how to apply them to finalize our first draft. Great! The instructions have been converted into various edits. We have 18 different types of updates. We have no deletions and 2 inserts. Let's understand what these updates imply. If we click on the regular purchase price, it identifies the location of the purchase price clause in the contract and suggests the necessary redline edits for your term sheet instructions. Instead of applying these one by one, we'll click on Apply All. As you can see, ContractKen automatically makes updates at all the relevant locations in the contract, adding comments explaining why these changes were needed, and completes this process within seconds. So, 18 instructions have been successfully applied. We can review each of them or accept all and proceed with the first draft, but not before we examine the delete and insert instructions. The system also prompts us to insert a frequency limitation instruction. We need to determine where to insert this, as this instruction does not currently exist in the contract. The second instruction is accelerated purchase. We can place the cursor anywhere and click on Insert Suggestion at Cursor, and it gets added to the contract. So, to summarize, ContractKen enables you to create the first draft using your precedent and term sheet. You now have a redline precedent, and you can accept all these changes in one go, resulting in a clean draft as per your term sheet. You can use this to finalize the share purchase agreement. Thank you.